Welcome to your beach bar workout. We're going to start on our mat on all fours in a tabletop position. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders and your abs are pulled in tight. We're going to round the spine into cat pose and then extend and look up into cow pose. Rounding the spine and then extending up to warm up the back and the core muscles. We're going to stay here for just a few more seconds, moving at your own pace through this sequence, making sure to breathe, inhale and exhale. Now curl your toes under and lift up into downward facing dog. You can pedal out your feet and give your calf muscles a nice stretch here. Make sure you're pressing down through those hands. Now lift up that left leg all the way up to the sky and open up that hip, bending at the knee, bringing your heel towards your glute. Then extend that leg back up and bring the knee all the way through into the chest. Lift the leg back up nice and straight. And now bring the knee to the outside of your left elbow. Extend back up. And this time bring the knee towards the right elbow. And extend back up nice and long. Now take that foot all the way through to place it on the mat in between your hands. Lift up into a lunge position. We're going to lower and lift in our lunge. So you're just going to drop that back knee down. Both knees are bending. Make sure the front knee stays behind the toe. We're really focusing into those legs. Keep your abs nice and strong. Find that nice tall posture. Make sure to stay balanced and stable here. Now place those hands back down and step that foot all the way back up. Keep it lifted. We're coming into plank and lowering down in chaturanga. Keeping that leg lifted if you can. Upward facing dog and then downward facing dog. Lifting up that right leg now up to the sky. Go ahead and bend at the knee. Open up the hip. Flex the foot. Bring the heel towards the glute. Then extend the leg back up straight and bring the knee into the chest. Squeeze those abs and extend the leg back up nice and long. Next, bring the knee to the outside of the right elbow and extend back up. Now go ahead, bring that knee, cross it over towards the left elbow, squeeze and extend back up. Perfect, nice and long. Now we're gonna take that leg, step it all the way through into that lunge, lift up with control. Find your balance, lower and lift into that lunge. Working on the opposite side now with that lunge, focusing in on the big lower body muscles, those quads and glutes. Making sure to bend both knees, back knee bends just slightly above the ground, and make sure to keep that front knee behind the toe. Nice tall posture, shoulders back and down nice and controlled. Place those hands back on the mat, step the foot back, keep it lifted, come into your plank, lower down into chaturanga, upward facing dog, curl the toes under and meet in downward facing dog. Now shift forward again into that plank, making sure the shoulders are over the wrist. If a forearm plank is more comfortable for you here, you can do that as well. We're gonna hold here and squeeze the core, working into that transverse abdominis, that deep ab muscle that wraps around your stomach. Now lower down nice and slow for 3 counts and press up on 1. Lower down 3, 2, 1, press up. Lower down 3, 2, 1, press up. Bring it to child's pose and take a nice little breather here. Now go ahead and turn onto your back, hands behind. We're lifting up into a reverse plank. Now you're gonna lift up and extend that right arm up over the head and then lift the opposite side. So this is a crab reach. So you're just gonna alternate sides, lifting up into that reverse plank, reaching the arm up and over. You can gaze at your hand, really finding that nice extension. This is a challenging total body move. We're engaging that lower body, the upper body. We're using the core, we're using the glutes, finding that length. So really finding that reach. Also think about your breath here. You want to exhale as you reach. So exhale and then inhale on the way down, exhale again and reach. Keeping this movement nice and long, nice and big, reaching and breathing, opening up the heart, opening up the chest, feeling good, feeling strong and powerful, using your body to find that movement, find that rhythm. And go ahead and bring it down. We're gonna come on to one side. You are gonna take the legs, stack them one on top of the other, bending at the knee. And you're gonna take the heels together and the knees together. So you're just gonna tap your heels and then tap your knees together, like a clamshell. So tap heels and knees, open and close that leg. You're gonna feel this in the small glute muscle right on this side. It starts easy at first, but then you'll start to feel it. If you want more of a challenge, you can lift both legs up and do this entire move, but elevated off the ground slightly. Let's go 3 and 2 and last one. Perfect. Now we're going to lift both knees up and we're going to crunch the knees to the elbow with an elevated side crunch. So you have your forearm supporting you and then you're just crunching your entire body in half, crunching your knees up to meet your elbow and squeezing that side. If you're just starting out, you can just lift one leg to start and then add the opposite leg as you progress. Lifting and crunching your entire side, really feeling it squeeze through that oblique. Let's go 2 more. And rest. Perfect. Now we're gonna bring it up into a side plank. So you have a couple options here. You can keep one foot in front of the other on the sides of your feet. You can also stack your feet, or you could be on your knee if you're just beginning. Also, you have the option to be on your forearm or lift up and press on your hand. But I want you to really reach up nice and tall with that opposite arm, gaze up towards your hand, make sure to breathe throughout this entire plank, really challenging, again, the side of the waistline, those obliques. Really squeeze into your abs. And lower back down. We're gonna flip all the way over to the opposite side. Again, stack those legs bending at the knee, and we're gonna tap heels together and knees together. Going back to that clamshell. So you're opening and closing, you're rotating at the hip. This is great for working on mobility. You wanna make sure that we're able to move well, that range of motion in the muscles and the joints. And we're also working again into that side glute muscle as well. Make sure to breathe. You can take the opposite hand in front to help stabilize you. And again, if you want to make this more challenging, you can lift both legs off the ground and complete this movement, but elevated off the ground. Couple more here. And 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. We're moving into that side crunch. So you're lifting both legs off the ground, bringing the knee to meet the elbow. You're crunching the entire side right in half. As you crunch, you want to think of exhaling as you bring the knees to meet the elbow. So big exhale each time, and this is going to help you to contract those ab muscles. We're really working into those obliques, squeezing and working into that side muscle. Nice breath matched with the movement here. And again, if you're just starting out, you can just lift the top leg to start. And last one. Perfect. Moving into that side plank. Lifting up again, you can be on your forearm or on your hand. Legs can be either one foot in front of the other on the sides of your feet, or you can stack your feet one on top of the other, whatever is more comfortable for you. And if you're just starting out, you can always drop down to your knee and progress to your feet whenever you're ready. Make sure to lift and reach that opposite arm up. Find some length through the body. Breathe in and out throughout this plank. Some nice inhales and exhales, finding that center, that strength through the movement. And lower back down. We're going to come on to your back next. Lift both knees up and then lift and straighten those legs. You're going to pull one leg towards your chest for 2 counts and then switch. So it's a pull, pull, switch, pull, pull, switch. Now, as you're doing this move, make sure that your shoulders are lifted off the mat and you're just gently pulsing the leg in for 2 counts, pulling just right behind that calf muscle. This move is really going to work those lower abs, and also make sure to breathe throughout this movement. Keep those abs nice and strong and those legs nice and extended. As you extend the leg, it hovers just a few inches above the ground. You don't want to drop it to the ground. Keep that control, resist gravity. Let's go one more on each side. Last time. Perfect. Hug those knees in, take a little breather. We're going to set those feet down and we're going to lift up for 3 counts and lower down on 1. So it's a 3, 2, 1 crunch. You lift 3, 2, 1 and down. So each time you lift in this crunch, you're going to lift just a little bit higher. So the challenge here is really to intensify that contraction. So each time with each count, you want to lift up a little bit more. Feel those abs squeeze just a little bit tighter. And again, making sure that you're blowing all the air out as you lift up so that you contract and squeeze those abs right in the right spot. You've got your hands behind the head for support, but you want to make sure that you're not pulling on the neck. You want to lift from those abs, and those hands are just there for a little bit of extra support. Couple more here. Squeeze. We're working into those upper abs here with this crunching movement. Let's do 2 more. Perfect. Hug those knees in for a little stretch. Next, you're going to bring those legs to tabletop, lift the shoulders off the mat, and pulse the air. So we're going to hold here for about 15 counts, little tiny pulses, then extend the legs long if you can, and pulse again. Hold, hold, hold. Nice and controlled. Now bring them back to tabletop, squeeze. For 3, 2, 1, extend long, hold here, pulsing. When those legs are extended, it's much more challenging, so if you have to keep them in tabletop, you can. Now bend them back in, getting a little breather in tabletop, but still pulsing and squeezing for 3, 2, and 1, extend out. Perfect, nice and controlled. Keep those legs nice and long for 3, 2, and 1. Bring them back in and relax. Perfect, great job. That's a challenging move. Now take a little stretch, so hug one knee into the chest, then extend it long. Pull gently behind either the calf or the thigh towards your chest to stretch the hamstring. Taking a nice inhale and exhale. Now cross the ankle over the knee. Weave your hands through to pull behind the opposite thigh towards your chest to stretch out your glutes. And go ahead and cross that leg all the way over, looking the opposite direction, feeling that nice stretch in your lower back. And go ahead and switch legs. Hug the opposite knee into the chest, hug it in nice and close, and then extend long. Stretch that hamstring, gently pulling behind either your calf or your thigh. Taking a nice inhale. Go ahead, cross the ankle over the knee. Weave your hands through to stretch your glutes in that figure 4 stretch. And cross that knee all the way across, looking the opposite direction, feeling that rotation through your spine. And bring it up and roll it up. And you are done. Thank you so much for joining me today for your beach bar workout, filmed in beautiful Virginia Beach. I'm Marielle from SummerGirlFitness.com, and I'll see you next time.